Today's video is huge because I have the entire database for EAFC 24. That means every rating, every stat, every player, men's and women's, icon, hero, gold card, it doesn't matter. And that also means we can start building our starter squad. And what a lot of people don't realize is that when you build your starter team, you want to go with players that are gonna go up in price over time, not buy the 76 rated card that's gonna drop a ton over the first 3 days. So today's video is not only going to show you some insane starter teams that you can use, but they'll show you starter teams that'll also be making you coins, not only because you're playing games with them, but because the players are going up in price while you're using them. Shout out to Scoreboard for putting together this database, and for Aussie Foot Trader I took some inspiration with on some of the cards I used. We're kicking things off with our first starter squad, a 4-3-2-1 formation, and our first player is going to be Nick Pope in goalkeeper. His card's actually pretty solid as it's 84 rated this year, a +3 from last year, and we have to remember all of the things that we want to consider when making an investment in a card. These 5 characteristics are exactly what you need to look for to determine if it's a good investment or not, whether it's just for making profit or also going into your team as well. First, it's stats. Of course, if a card has 40 pace, it's not going to be a good investment. Stay away from those kind of cards unless you're making a fodder investment, which is not what we're doing today. Number 2 is going to be rating. If the card is only 76 rated, even if it has great stats, it won't be high enough rated because it'll get packed way too much. Third is league. Do they play in the Premier League, or in La Liga, or in Serie A, or any of the top 5 leagues, or a common league that's going to be used this year? Number 4 is nation. Obviously, there are going to be players that play for an obscure nation that are still good investments. Heung-min Son has been a good example of this in the last few years. If they get links otherwise, it can still work. But generally, if you're from France or England, Spain, Germany, it's going to be easier to get these cards links. And number 5 is going to be competition for their position. Who else would we go with at left back other than Ferland Mendy? It seems like he plays in like half of Real Madrid's games, never gets called up to France, yet always has an insane card in Ultimate Team. Antonio Rudiger will be on a little bit more of the expensive side, but if you can get in early enough, he'll also be a card that makes you so many coins. Joe Gomez is going at right center back, and as a card, he looks pretty good, but the downside is he does have a low rating. So over the first couple of days, he should rise, but after that, the supply is going to keep coming in. He'll go back down in price. So it's not a card you want to hold on for too long, but for a starter team, it can be a card that you look to upgrade maybe a couple weeks in. At right back, you probably guessed it based on what we have in the squad already. Spanish right back. It had to be Marcos Llorente. His card's always cracked, plus he can play multiple positions. So if you change your team around and need him in the midfield, he can do that. So let's slap him at right back right there and complete our back line. Marozan is going to be our first women's player in the team, and I'm not sure I pronounced that right, but we're slapping her at left center mid. Despite the low pace, she does have 5-star skills and 4-star weak foot, so it's actually still a pretty usable card early on. At right center mid, we've got Ella Toon, and we're going to have another 5-star skiller right here. Again, the stats don't pop off the card like crazy, but with decent pace, good dribbling, 5-star skills, pretty balanced attacking stats, you're going to have a pretty advanced midfield. And if you like skills, this might be the team for you. To round out the midfield, we have a well-rounded midfielder. It's Sarah de Brits, all stats 73 and above, perfect link to Marozan, and 4-star, 4-star. Left center forward, he looks exactly like he did last year. Angel Correa, 83 rated. The only change on his card is he went from 74 physicality to 75. Legitimately, everything else is the exact same. Rachel Kundananji is going at striker, and I know you guys have seen that Zambian flag and been a little bit skeptical, but I was not leaving this card out. 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, 91 pace, 87 physicality, good shooting and dribbling. Her card might be one of the most overpowered 83s in the game. And to finish the squad at right center forward, we have Lauren James at England and Chelsea. She also has 5-star skills. And as a thank you to you guys for all the support on the channel and for making it this far in the video, I'm giving away a copy of EAFC 24 to one of you guys. All you have to do to enter, comment down below the title of the greatest trading series in EAFC 24 here on YouTube, Trading to Glory. And hey, maybe like and subscribe for some extra luck. I can't guarantee it'll help you, but it also can't hurt. The second starter squad is going to be great for anybody who's on a lower budget. There's only a couple cards that could be expensive in this team, and most of them are going to be super cheap. We start at left back with Spinazzola because we're actually using the same goalkeeper in Nick Pope. Spinazzola at left back is going to be great because he is rapid, 91 pace, and at the beginning of the year, do you really need much more? A former teammate of Spinazzola is going to be Ibanez, and we're going to slap him at left center back. You might think I'm crazy for going to the Saudi League already, but there's a couple players from Al Ahly in this squad that make it worth it. This team will be a 3-league hybrid, and we're headed back to this Serie A at right center back with Kalulu. He won't be making you a ton of coins, but he's also going to be super cheap if you're on a budget. 80 pace, 79 defense, 75 physicality, and you should be getting this card for probably less than 2,000 coins. And at right back, we're going Di Lorenzo, who is just solid all around. At left center mid, it's one of the best players in the team and one of the best investments in the game, Sandro Tonali. 86 rated. He's like a new and improved Conte in Ultimate Team, although he is Italian, which is why we've got so many Italians on the defensive end. Jumping on over to right center mid, we're going back to the Saudi League and back to Al Ahly with Kessie. He got the transfer from Barcelona. He's gonna get that link to Ibanez, and he's got all stats 74 and above. At the 10, we've got Mateus Cunha. He's obviously a striker naturally, but last year you could move him to center attacking mid, and I'm expecting the same this year. He's got well-rounded attacking stats, nothing that's crazy, but he really helps the chemistry, and that's why he's in here. Ibanez got to reunite with Spinazzola, so it's only fair that St. Maximin should reunite with Nick Pope. It's a reunion, and he is going to be an addition to the Al Ahly players we already have. Of course, he's a great card. He was super expensive last year. He should be cheaper given the fact that he's now in the Saudi League. Some of you may have guessed it, the Colombian striker is Muriel, and if you would have just shown me this card with only its stats, I would have guessed this is like an 84 or 85 rating. I don't get it, EA. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying Muriel should be higher rated. I'm just saying the stats, it doesn't match up. He's also got 4-star on top of it. Berardi is going to finish the team on the right wing, but if you guys want another option, you guys can actually go for a player called Lookman at left wing. A lot of you guys know of him already, and he's actually 86 pace, 81 shooting, 4-star. It's a solid card. He's got good links, and it actually would improve the chemistry of the team by 1. So if you wanted to sacrifice St. Maximin, who is an Ultimate Team god, you could go Lookman instead. And the final team is my favorite team, and probably the team I'm going to use at the beginning of the year. But before we head into it, guys, smash the like button. Let's see if we can get to 250 likes today. Starting off in goalkeeper, we're going with a little bit of a curveball, Misa, who you've probably never heard of before, but quite frankly, she's a better option than Kepa. At left back, we have the Spanish link Grimaldo, who's actually getting an upgrade and a transfer to Bayer Leverkusen, so he'll be in the Bundesliga. And if you thought you were gonna sneak through one of my squad building videos without me absolutely forcing a bunch of Dortmund players into one of the teams, you would be mistaken. Schlotterbeck is the first of a few. Nacho is going to be our right center back, and he gets that Madrid link to Misa and the Spanish link to Grimaldo. I gave you a hint for right back. If you haven't figured it out yet, you can pause now because I'm about to show it. The card is Frimpong. Of course, he gets that link to Grimaldo through Bayer Leverkusen. He's going to get a Dutch link to one of our strikers, and his card gets an upgrade from 80 to 83, despite the stats looking pretty similar to what they were last year. At CDM, we've got Emre Can, the Dortmund captain, who's actually about 1 upgrade away from Hullet Club. At left mid, a lot of you guys probably guessed Foden. It's not. I threw you guys a curveball. It's Lauren Hemp, and her card looks disgusting. So to be fair, it's going to be a really good card in this team. Might be one of the more expensive cards in this team. 90 pace, 84 passing, 88 dribbling. Wow. At right mid, we probably have the cheapest player in the team though, which is Count Doku. If you guessed Foden earlier, he is still in the team at center attacking mid. And if you move a player to their alternate position this year, you don't need a position change. They will automatically change from left wing to center attacking mid or whatever you're changing them to. Adeyemi is going to be our left striker, and it reminds me of a card from way back when. All I gotta say about that is run it back. And our right striker to finish things off is going to be Daniel Malen. I think a lot of you guys probably saw that one coming. That's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Check the links down below for my Twitch, Twitter, and if we ever hit 1 million subscribers here on YouTube, I'll add an OnlyFans link down there. I hope nobody holds me to that if we ever do.